Alright guys, and welcome back to another bad Christmas creepypasta video. So yeah, I really don't know what else to say in this intro, so yeah, let's just begin. Oh god, this creepypasta, every word is capitalized, like the guy who's wrote this is screaming. Alright, here we go. This is what it says. One Christmas Eve, I was doing my thing in the bathroom playing Game Boy. That is when I got out of the bathroom. It was time to go to bed. The next morning, I got up and went to the Christmas tree, and there was a lot of presents. And a VHS with no wrapping. What I said, the VHS said SpongeBob Christmas. I opened some more presents and got a knife and a gun. The letter saying, shoot SpongeBob in the balls. Well, that's the gayest thing I've ever heard in one of these creepypastas. I popped it in my VHS player, and just a heads up, I was a kid, so I did not know what was going to happen. I don't even think even if you were older, you wouldn't know what happened. Then again, you had a knife and a letter that said shoot SpongeBob in the balls. So, even then, just throw the shit out. Like, I know you're curious, but just throw it out. Especially when it comes to like a gun and a knife. Get that shit out of there. But alright. It says, the episode started with the Christmas theme song, but the kids singing sounded sad. Okay. At the end of the theme, the kids were trying not to cry. What the hell? At the end of the theme, the kids were not trying to not cry. What does that even mean? Like, what kids are trying not to cry? The people, I had a stroke. Stroke time, everybody. Stroke time. Like, what do you mean? The people singing the song? Then again, there would be more than one kid singing the song. Then a pic of a dead clam flashed on the screen. It was bloody. Wow, we went from dead bodies to just clams. Wow, that sounded scary as hell, man. Then it had SpongeBob eating Luna the Moon. Then who the fuck's Luna the Moon? Then a chilling child scream blast out of the speaker. Then creepy Christmas music started to play. This is when it started to get Christmas. What? Then a screech, and it showed SpongeBob stabbing Santa. God damn. Then a mangled elf was shown. The episode ended because it was short, but a Santa SpongeBob jumped out at me and I shoot him in the balls. The end. Well, that was the gayest shit I've ever read. Oh god, this story is really long. Oh god, here's the long one for this video. Here we go. I remember watching SMG4 videos on YouTube on December 22nd, 2018 when I watched SMG4 Mario and the Diss Track, which was released on December 15, 2018. A new video which was now as a YouTube premium movie called SMG4's Black Christmas, which the thumbnail shows Maggie's dead body on a rocking chair. With the writing says Bob realized that his former friends aren't forgiving him, so he decided to drink a bottle of water. But when Bob didn't know that it was a bottle of water was a evil potion, and it turns Bob into a serial killer. Garlo, or whatever that means, that will get his revenge on his former friends. I don't know who the fuck Garlo is, but he's there. Alright, it says, for teaching him a lesson and brings to murder them one by one. It took really weird, but it took it looked really weird, but I gotta watch it. Who cares? No one. Okay, why is it called SMG4's Black Christmas? Like, I don't know, man. Why is it called Black Christmas? Like, The episode starts with Bob in the Santa Claus outfit flying with several presents, and apparently the gang were all having a good time until Bob crashed through the castle's window, crushing Bowser in the process. He pretended to them gold statues of themselves. Then he brought with what was left of his money, but they were not interested. Apparently Bob tried to connect with them, but they had ignored him. Bob repeatedly asked them to notice them. Soon Mario had enough, realizing his extreme anger. Soon the others chimed in, with SMG4 explaining what they did not trust Bob anymore for using them just to gain fame, and ordered them to be lost. Realizing his rap career, the diss track especially, has caused his friends to now hate him with a burning fire. A depressed Bob agreed to leave them alone, dumping his Santa costume and leaving the castle. Once he left, Tori wondered if they went a bit too harsh on him, but Toad doesn't care. Wait, shouldn't it be everybody else didn't care? Why is it only Toad that doesn't care? Alright then. As Bob wandered through the streets, he saw how the others had someone to enjoy Christmas with, although he called out 2 Teletubbies for being disgusting, even though they were only making snow angels on the ground, telling them to do it indoors. Even Yoshi, although it was spent evading the police for tax fraud. As he was about to get back to his dumpster home, he saw a bottle of water which he thinks he might get better, and then Bob drank it. Then something went wrong. Bob passed out. The water bottle reveals a evil potion that turned everyone into serial killers. Bob transformed into a split personality serial killer named Evil Bob. What does split personality have to do with anything? Just call him a serial killer. Which he will get his revenge on his former friends for teaching him a lesson. Evil Bob went to Peach's castle. At the castle, SMG4, who is home alone making videos, is murdered in his stroke time, guys, again. In his bedroom by Evil Bob. At a shopping mall, Luigi asked Mario if he was happy with Christmas shopping, just to see his mentally disabled older brother attacking a mall Santa for not giving him any presents. He naturally was shocked and had to calm him down. Nearby, Shroomy came out and happy that he was no longer a robot, not to additionally fire eye lasers at a heavy theater sign which presented to crush Bowser, who was using a wheelchair, causing Shroomy to slowly slide away. At another part of the mall, Tori had laid her eyes at another dog, causing her to go so crazy at it that Psycho took out a holy cross, believing her to be possessed. Just then a phone rang and Psycho picked it up, answers, and threatened Bob to call from Evil Bob, who tells her that they were all gonna be killed in Christmas morning, but she thinks Bob is joking, who tells him to get lost or else she would call the police, and hangs up. Meanwhile, Toadette was her boyfriend Toad, who wanted to play Super Smash each other in the Ass Brothers Ultimate, walking through the mall together. When she saw Mistletoe, she was hopping to kiss him, but Toad instead vomited, smashed her into the shop where Banana Joe asked if she needed anything. Who the fuck is Banana Joe? I've been watching SMG4 for like almost 8 years, and I don't know who the fuck that is. Oh god. We're not even we're like halfway through this shit show. Oh boy. Meanwhile, in Maggie's apartment, Maggie was singing Jingle Bells. Then she heard a knock on the door. As Maggie opens the door to see no one, she was then attacked and then kidnapped by Evil Bob. Off screen, back at the mall, Fishy Poopkins was very sad. Then he was not enjoying Christmas, even though he should be The gang went home to find that SMG4 wasn't here. Peach thinks that SMG4 went on vacation. And she was asleep. Psycho presents Tari with a giant dog before leaving the castle to go home for the holidays. Meanwhile, Destiny, who is upset that Maggie don't return to Splatfest, arrives to searching for her. Wait, isn't Destiny supposed to be dead? I don't know, maybe this was before. Nah, who cares? Destiny was a shitty character anyways. Alright, here's where I left off. Then the lights suddenly go out. Toad goes to check the power under the castle, but encounters evil Bob in the trash can that is dragged and killed. The gang in the castle received an call from Toad's phone outside. While searching for Toad, they find Psycho's body in her car. With the police unable to arrive in the time due to a snowstorm, Fishy, Destiny, Shroomy, Mario, Bowser, and Toad decide to stay inside the castle. Peach and Luigi ran away in the car. Luigi is murdered and Peach is impaled by a falling icicle off screen, while Fishy, Destiny, Tari, and Shroomy go outside to investigate. Mario and Bowser are attacked and chased by evil Bob in the castle. Bowser accused Mario for making Psycho's song has failed, but Mario liked the song because they're teaching a lesson for Bob is backfired and gang are screwed up. Mario attempts to calm Bob down by being friendly, only for him to be killed by Bob. Hard Bowser runs up the stairs and enter SMG4's room. Then he tried to open the window and then killed by evil Bob. Off screen, Fishy, Destiny, Tari, and Shroomy return to the castle and finds SMG4's corpse. The four go to investigate the attic while the ladder. Shroomy is dragged into the attic and tied up with Maggie. Poopkins tells Evil Bob why he's doing this. Evil Bob saying, "You hate me, you don't like me, and now you all will be dead when you all hate me." Evil Bob attacked Poopkins and knocking the two of them, oh my god, into the empty space between the walls of the castle. Destiny, Maggie, who was cutting the rope to free themselves, Shroomy, and Tari helped Poopkins before they started a fire, leaving Evil Bob burned to death. Later, Poopkins, Shroomy, Maggie, Tari, and Destiny recovered at the hospital. Evil Bob, who is particularly burned, kills the Teletubby. While Poopkins, Shroomy, Maggie, and Tari goes for an X-ray, Evil Bob appears there. Okay, first off, please, for the love of God, don't put their names. Just say the whole gang or something like that, because I don't want to read their names that much. Alright, they return to their room. Evil Bob tried to attack them, but he switches into Bob, who wants Poopkins, Shroomy, Maggie, Tari, and Destiny to run away. They run away with Evil Bob chases them to the stairway, but Bob then messages just to defeat his evil side, ending with him off railing where he is impaled on a tip of a Christmas tree. Finally killed him and his evil self. Then Tori and Destiny look at Bob's dead body, with Shroomy was scared and Maggie comforts him. Boopkins then sees a ghost version of Psycho. He tells her why, Psycho, why did you make Bob angry? The ghost of Psycho says her final words, Boopkan, Mario's right, I thought that he teach me a lesson. I thought we stopped him once and for all. I thought this is over, but now we're screwed up. Psycho's ghost disappears, leaving Poopkins heartbroken. Tari confronts him. Shroomy begins talking himself, but had he done? Maggie and Destiny are watching Bob's dead body as the video ends. This was shocked me. This was the second time SMG4 made a slasher movie as dark series finale that was based on 2006 movie Black X Mass. Just then a warning from Luke, who warns who warns viewers that they made slasher movie was caused Bob, now a split personality serial killer. Oh god, there's more in us. Named Evil Bob, who gets his revenge on his former friends, and now his spirit will haunt toys to kill the viewers. Luke warns the viewers to do not watch the movie that has a curse on it, and then they will watch the movie. They must hide in the bedroom, to the closet, the bathroom, and then the basement before being murdered by Evil Bob's spirit. I can't shut down the computer. I think it's broken, but at least I managed to turn off on one now. After I sat there for 30 seconds, I heard a voice right behind me. I am in your house, kid. I turned around to see where the voice came from, and what I saw made me scared. A Mario plush doll sitting on the table with a bloody knife on the table. And that's the end of the story. Jesus Christ, that story is so long. Well, this might be the worst one. I really like this so bad it's funny stories, but like this is kind of like one, but at the same time it's just really terrible. Oh god, thank god we have one more story to go. I hate this shit. Alright, so this one's gonna be the last story for the video, and then we'll hit the ranking every creepypasta that was in this video from best to worst. So yeah, let's go. I'm going to assume all of you are familiar with How the Grinch Stole Christmas. There's no denying that it's one of the most memorable Christmas specials in existence. I tried to see it at least once during the Christmas season. It has an everlasting appeal that can always leave anyone feeling good, even after multiple viewings. As I continued to watch the special, I became incredibly curious over the origin of the Grinch. It was never explored that much in any format, at least to my knowledge. However, as of now, I wish that my curiosity never got the best of me. Oh boy, I can't wait for the hyper-realistic blood that this guy's gonna be seeing. I was browsing through the internet when I came across something interesting. There was something for sale on eBay, and the item in question was a test tape for a prequel to the Halloween is Grinch Night. Wait, is that what it's called? Halloween is Grinch Night? Or did he just, was that a spelling error? Whatever. The seller claimed that he was the son of a TV executive who worked at ABC. No, not ABC. CBS during the 70s. He was selling the tape because he was unable to find a working VCR to play it. He points out that the special was originally meant to air a year after Halloween is Grinch Night premiered, but it was scrapped due to the subject matter. I was reluctant to purchase the tape due to the high price of $500. However, I also realized that I have a good opportunity to find out how the Grinch came to be. I offered to buy the tape, and after providing my address so he could deliver the tape to me, the seller informed me that I also receive it in a week. Okay, first, do people, I don't even think the seller would know that, that it would come in a week. It could come anytime. It could get delayed. Then again, you don't know if it'll be delayed. It could come a few days early. So you should have said, no, it could come a few days early, or to a week or something. But whatever. After waiting for a week, I heard someone knocking on my front door. I answered it, and I saw that stroke again. I have stroke attack. Jesus Christ. The delivery man was present with the tape I ordered. Upon signing for it, I went to the living room to open the package. It was a white cardboard box with a single stripe of dust tape sealing the flaps on top. Upon opening it and digging through the packaging noodles inside, I found the tape, which was inside a clear clamshell case. The tape itself had no label on the front. However, there was a label beneath the tape. The label had the text, "The Origin of Grinch," written on it black. The tape itself looked alright, albeit but slightly worn, which is somewhat fair to expect considering how old it was. I took it down with me to the basement and I set up my old VCR finally. I placed the tape into the VCR and I waited for the special to begin. Throughout the first few seconds of the video, every little occurrence, soon enough some white text appeared displaying the info of the special. It read, title, "The Origin of the Grinch," air date, January 9th, 1978, produced by Dr. Seuss, and I'll put the rest on screen. I don't feel like reading it. Apparently the writer and director are just astrophies, or whatever like that, like star looking thing is. I'll put it on screen right here. Alright. The text soon cut to black and the old logo faded in. It played out slightly. It soon faded out and the Dr. Seuss logo faded in. This was eventually cut to the special's opening titles. It started with the text, "The Origin of the Grinch." Similar to How the Grinch Stole Christmas title card, it began to scroll up displaying the credits like before. This ran slightly after the credits conclude. Another stroke time. Jesus Christ. The special fades to Whoville. The camera zooms into one of the houses where a young boy is looking at the mountains. Throughout his bedroom window, the boy had green hair, brown eyes, and he was wearing gray shoes while with a blue shirt and pants. I assume that the boy is the Grinch throughout the narration. It's made clear that he was always wanting a dog for Christmas and he named his dog Max. The scene soon cuts to his mother, who was downstairs cooking some dinner, and the father was not present. According to the narration, the father is a heavy worker who manages to benefit his family quite well. The mother over his to his work, hoping that he will return with something that will benefit the family to a much greater extent than ever before. The father returns home and the mother greets him. However, he doesn't say hello, nor does he acknowledge her. He walks to the bedroom feeling concerned. The mother enters the room. The scene eventually cuts to the boys' room, where the only sounds of a verbal fight could be heard. Apparently, the father lost his job due to a massive pay cut, and the fight becomes more and more hostile to the point that it frightens the boy. The next morning, the Grinch goes downstairs to tell his family about his Christmas list. This prompted the father to harshly airs him over the idea due to their current financial issue, to the point where he grabs the boy and prepares to spank him. Jesus Christ. This is from Dr. Seuss, and this shit got child abuse and shit. Oh god. The mother tries to hold him back, but he causing her to fall back and crash into a mirror. A shape of glass lands in her throat, automatically killing her. The Grinch runs away out of the fear of the father, yells at him to come back. A time skip occurs, and we see that the boy has grown older and now has more hair. body hair. His eyes seem to have changed as well, since his eyes were white are now yellowish, and his pupils are now reddish. His clothes also appear to be similar, knowing that he has yet to find a new place to live. He spies on the houses while Whoville showing signs of a name was happy. He attempts to get into one of the houses by knocking on the door, hoping that the owner would be generous enough to let him in. Unfortunately for him, he the owner harshly tells him no and slams the door in his face. The man proceeds to walk away out of sadness. As he walks, he continues to look at the family, look at Happy Family, showing greater signs of every time. Another time skip occurs, and we see that the Grinch is now older. He has some more body hair around him, and his shirt is now gone. He's crawled up in a ball in an alleyway, thinking back to the past where his life changed for the worse. His father's actions continue to affect his mind, causing him to become more and more spiteful. His experience too soon includes when he hears a man and his son argue over selling the boy's dog. That brings back the worst memory for the Grinch, and he proceeds to go and attack the man. The two get into a fight which lasts till the Grinch drives the man into a fuse box, electrocuting him to his death. He grabs the dog and he pushes the boy away, running towards the mountain. He takes shelter in a cave and he rests on the floor. The dog crawls in fear. A new time skip takes place, and the Grinch is slowly to be in his true form. At this point, everything began to make sense. Shoes being too tight was because that's all he could keep when he was a child. His head not being screwed on right was because of complete mental trauma from his childhood, and his heart being too small was because he lost all hope for love. He has declared that he'll remain in solitude for the remainder of his days. A few days later, however, the sweet and sour wines blooms in the mountain. Not like Halloween is Grinch night, which no surprise includes the Grinch mind. He stares down at Whoville and he cracks his evil grin. The special ends and credits roll in silence because of this. I was left in shock. My curiosity has led me to discover the shocking truth of the origin of the Grinch. I can never look at the specials at the same way ever again. And well, that's the end of the creepypasta. That one wasn't actually that bad. And I know it's kind of weird to put this in a series called Bad Creepypastas, but this one was actually pretty okay. You know, besides the weird things about like the shipping thing with the VHS tape, this was actually decent. A decent creepypasta. Now, the reason why I put this was because I couldn't find any more shitty, bad creepypastas that had to be Christmas themed. So I put this one in, and wow. Yeah, that's it for all the creepypastas. Now it's time to head to the area where we review which creepypastas were the best. So yeah, let's begin. Alright, so here's the ranking area where we rank the creepypastas from best to worst. Alright, let's just begin. So for number 1, I'm gonna go with the SpongeBob one. Like, that one was a complete masterpiece. Like, I like the title of it. They misspelled SpongeBob's name as SpongeBib. It's pretty cool. Yeah, there's nothing to say. It's a masterpiece. I don't even need to tell you. You already know it's a masterpiece. Second being the Grinch one. That Grinch one was actually pretty good. I like it. Yeah, there's not really anything to say. The third one being the SMG Voice Black Christmas is the worst one, just because, like, at first you would think it wasn't so bad story that it's funny, but it's just so bad that it's just painful. It's just garbage. And, you know, I could tell that it's probably made by an 8-year-old, but at the same time, it sounds like if someone was trying to write a creepypasta but had a stroke, but their stroke was in text, and you just got that creepypasta. So yeah, that's basically it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this year's creepypasta video. I'll see you guys next year in 2023 with some exciting stuff. I'll show you, you know, here's the thumbnail for our video that's coming out next year. But yeah, that's about it. See you guys in the next video. Goodbye.